you're having an outstanding summer, a superb week, and an amazing day wherever you are on the globe right now. Because today, on the mic, on the show, no other than ALMAO from Sauce Inu. Of course, more than just a meme coin project now, business. Check it out. ALMAO from Sauce Inu. Finally, I'm so happy to have you on the show. What's up, brother?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just enjoying the ups and the downs of the crypto market. It's been crazy lately.
It has. It really has, really. And but somehow you guys manage to keep the fire absolutely on, man. And that's something hard to do right now, man. So props to you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It's true.
Yeah.
How is this whole thing, man? How for sure right now, I mean, it's a tough spot to be in, but again, I feel that you found the niche that it's always on fire. It's always fun. When I'm going to the Discord, I'm seeing the tweets, I'm looking at what's going on, that you guys are announcing, and we'll go through that later on, but it always has this traction.
Yeah, no, certainly. We're the meme token of Sauce. We love Saucer Swap, and one day in crypto is like a lifetime for me. It's just so just things happen so quickly, and so yeah, it's always certainly a lot of pressure and a lot of you know just yeah, a lot of pressure sometimes to put out. And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of every day coming out and giving more to the community. And really the community has just been so important to us. As you said, it's just hopping every single day, and I just love everyone that's been there. And I really feel like we've done really something special. I feel like some communities on HEDERA can just be like really down, and here at Sauce Inu, we've been trying our best to really foster a good community, onboard people, and that's kind of been what our project is about. So yeah, no, it's been tough, but it's been fun. I've had a lot of fun, and I feel like we've been doing some great things.
You guys did. You guys really did. And again, it's always fun seeing people who are positively driven, just doing the right thing, in my opinion. Even though you guys are labeled as a meme token, but ain't no other way around it. You guys have truly traction. You're building culture. That's tough to come around, man. So it's more than that, right? So yeah, props to you guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we are a meme token, and that's kind of what our I think our big appeal is. But we're doing some things in the background, and I feel like we're going to have some utility soon, very soon, maybe this week.
Oh damn! Am I seeing a spoiler alert here? What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, so we're going to be releasing our first D app probably tomorrow or the next day.
Wow, let's go, man. That's kind of huge, man. You guys don't stop, man. I mean, all the tweets I'm seeing, all the information, yeah, man. I mean, that's really, really fun to see. How has this everything started? When did the token launched officially?
Yeah, I believe we launched on the 20th of let's see. Oh, geez.
Wasn't it the month of June? We're in August.
Yeah,
2 months
it's
ago.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
it
2
was
months
just
ago.
June 20th. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
launched June 20th. We spent about a month kind of developing the token and kind of the tokenomics of it. So it's very you have to be very careful on Hedera making like an Inu token because a lot of the APIs like Saucer Swap, their APIs they don't if your value is worth less than one tiny bar, they actually won't register your token. So we had to make very sure that So we had to make very sure that whenever we were creating this, that we did that. And so how do we come about? So the way we came about was, there was actually a token that was created called Saucer Inu before us. And we kind of, I personally, I love the project. I love the idea of the project, but it kind of fell apart. I came from Ethereum. I was a developer on Ethereum. I had a very successful project there, which is kind of that's kind of known about. And I came to Hedera after seeing the low gas fees, just the amount of the ability and the strength of Hedera network, the fast swaps and the low fees. I just know that this is the future.
Hmm.
Absolutely the future. And I saw this token and I was like, okay, this is a great idea. I love Saucer Swap. I think Saucer Swap is the best DEX.
Yeah.
So I was all about it, but then it kind of fell apart and I was like, well, it seems like no one's making it, so I'll go ahead and make it. I like the idea, and so I kind of ran with it. And I spent a month developing the token. I kind of laid out in my mind what we were going to do moving forward. And I just went with it, and I found two other people, Xenophone and Sino,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
are
because you
two.
guys are three. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I kind of knew about them beforehand, and they both, Sino is really good with retail, and Zeno is a wonderful, wonderful community manager. And I was like, okay, well, I'm a good developer. I need somebody who does, some marketing.
Hmm.
Who's really good with product development. I need somebody
Yeah,
who is really good with community. And I feel like the three of us together really created something special here.
you guys did. You guys did because again, it's labeled as a meme coin, but it's no joke. This is real business. This is real people's money. It's real stuff. You have to be knowing what you do because the difference between those that work and those that do not is just the level of work that you put in, and especially how you can bring it to the people for them
Right.
to understand and the culture and all this. It's a huge thing, man, especially for branding. To give it an image that resonated so hard, man. All the images you brought so far, with the Inu, all the green, the colors, man, it slaps.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's no coincidence we look just like the Saucer Swap Larry alien, but yeah, I think we're cuter. I'll be honest. And the green colors, people love green in crypto, right? So I think it's going
Yeah.
to go far, but that's my personal opinion. But yeah, no, I feel like we've done a lot in a month. We're on Hedera network. I mean, we have more liquidity currently than multi-million dollar businesses now.
Mhm.
We have more market cap than some of these million-dollar businesses. So I think we've really done something special here.
You did. You truly did, and still are, man. And I want to come back to what you were saying earlier, where you said at one point you gotta unhook because this space can be stressful, and not on the negative side, but of course it can be, but on a way that how do you separate all those things? Like when because you have this responsibility now that you have. This is a business now that you're running. This is huge, man. The traction we see it on socials and everything. How do you like say when the interview is done and answers plenty of messages, DMs and whatnot, people down in chat and whatever. How do you unhook? How do you separate those things?
Yeah, I barely do. I have fun with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
kind of like my pastime, really. I have a lot of friends that I've made in this community, and they're DMing me and they're saying, "Man, I stuck with you from the beginning, and we've done so great. We really love this project, and we've kind of had our ups and downs together." There's one guy, Space Ranger. I mean, we've had our ups and
Yeah, yeah,
downs in just 2 months. It's crazy, and I feel like we've had quite a bond, and I feel like we're really good friends now, and so I really enjoy that interaction. But outside of that, I have my cats at home, and I like having a nice cup of tea in the back
yeah.
with the cats, and I like going for hikes. So those are things that I do on the side. But yeah, no, I've been having a lot of fun with this, and I love creating, and there's so much to create with this project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because since it's so new and everything is like unfolding before, because you guys are pioneers. It's never been done before. I say it all the time, but we got to take a step back and realize that wow, what we're doing right now, what you guys are doing, it's never been done before, or especially in this angle in Web3 and this whole crypto scene. It's never been done before. So everything we're experiencing is all going into the seventh gear, man. It's all going fast. So in 2 months, of course, with the partners that you have, for sure you're gonna experience 1,000 roller coasters, like absolutely craziness. But that's where you build bonds, man. That's where you build real connection with people. I think when you strive through that and you bootstrap and you get it done.
Absolutely, yeah. A big part of what I kind of have phases
Hmm.
what our project is. An initial is kind of building the community, building, kind of
Yeah,
the foundation. And unfortunately, there's some dips in the token, but that actually helps in the long run
for sure. Yeah,
if you don't have any dips initially, then eventually somebody's going to sell off, and that
yeah.
makes a huge dip. Uh,
As for
so
anything.
so I'm okay with that sometimes, and
Yeah.
we've made some great recoveries. Now,
Mhm.
besides that, what's more important is kind of the angle that we're going with this. We've taken a huge approach to marketing. Not only do we market Sauce Inu, we've also marketed Saucer Swap, and they've saw a huge
Yeah.
increase. They've actually admitted in an AMA that they've seen quite a bit of traction from us,
I've
which is
seen
really
it. I
awesome.
mean, look at the graphs and I mean, they're
Yeah,
doing their thing. No, no shade, but
yeah,
you can
yeah.
see it. It's there.
Absolutely, and our
Yeah.
liquidity, we locked our liquidity. We're locking it to Saucer Swap. So if their token goes up, our token goes up, and you see that price
Mhm.
movement as well. So it really works out really in a positive way for us. So that's one thing. Another thing is that we've started really reaching out and doing partnerships on Hedera.
Mhm.
We have quite a few people that we're going to announce that we've done some partnerships with this week. A few of them tonight, actually.
No,
Um,
damn.
yeah, yeah. So we've been making a lot of partnerships, and that's one thing. And then we're trying to go cross chain, which we've made some really good traction with that recently. And the reason why we want to go cross chain, it's so important to our project because one of the things that we believe in is we want to bring people to Hedera. It's really hard to bring somebody somewhere what they've never experienced. And if we did cross chain events where if we were let's say if we had Sauce Inu on the Ethereum network and we did events where people buy using Saucer Swap, they can see the low gas fees. They can see how
Yeah.
quick transactions are, and it
It
would
just
bring
makes
people to Hedera.
sense. It just
It
makes
does, yeah.
sense. It just makes sense. I mean, there's no way. There's no I mean, they
It's a
could
matter of time.
literally, yes, they could literally be doing the very same thing, but just not spend money in between what they want to do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And so we're kind of developing a new method of bringing across cross chain on Hedera, and that's taking time, but I think it's gonna be well worth it. And that's something I've been working on quite extensively.
How are you going to do that?
Oh, oh, I can't tell you that one. That
Don't
one's gonna
spill the
be
beans. Don't spill the beans. But how do you like the global concept? How do you approach that? Especially you have friends over ETH for sure. So
yeah. So I have friends on Ethereum. I have friends on AVAX, right? And those are some of the networks that we're targeting. But what we do is we create a token that's cross chain using either Hashboard or other mechanisms, right?
mhm.
And you build the token, you put it in a liquidity pool on another DEX. People start swapping, right? And then you reward them for swapping on Hedera, right? You give them
Yeah,
some kind of incentive to bring that revenue back on Hedera. And what happens is suddenly they're no longer fans of Ethereum. They're no longer fans of AVAX. They're fans of Hedera, and that's something that we're working on. And we have a very unique idea to bring people here, and that's something that we're gonna have to just release later.
damn. I'm eager to know, man. I'm eager to know. That's gonna be fun. You guys have
Yeah,
been releasing fire so far, man. Again, I got nothing but respect.
thank you. I
Um,
appreciate it.
I wanted to ask you. You said we're in a bear market, of course, and everyone outside, the feeling is that nothing is happening. But me, for sure, like when we talk to people, and of course, you got friends everywhere, of course, too. But it's never been more busy, right? And inherently you cannot stay emotional. You talked about price points at one point when people are selling and whatnot. This happens, but the same goes for JPEGs and NFTs, right? You cannot stay emotional to that because people need liquidity and they need to move and whatever, for sure. How do you detach from that too at the same time? Because this is a part of where everyone needs to move and sometimes try something out, and especially in the meme coin season that we're still very much in. You have to have that scope and step back. Okay, like they're gonna come back, and price, of course, always comes back so far, right?
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. Yeah, the it's whenever you have a project that you invest so much time and so much money in, you're gonna be emotional when somebody sells off, especially if it's somebody and you shouldn't be. And that's something that I struggle with. This is something that I've worked and spent a lot of time on developing and then launching, and
Hmm.
you try not to, but the important thing to note is that selling helps the token, and it's something that's really important to note. So, well, every time there's a sell, right, a part of that fee on that sell goes back into the farm,
Hmm.
which goes back to the liquidity providers. And right now, we have one of the highest paying liquidities of any token on SauceSwap,
It's
and that's
crazy.
because yeah, that's because we have some of the highest volume. We have I think right now we have the fourth highest volume on SauceSwap, right? That beats out every other. So that beats Tether, that beats USDC,
That's
that
wild.
beats that beats XSauce. At some points, it beats
That's
XSauce,
wild.
the native token. Yeah, you could look it up. We
Yeah.
have some of the highest volume on SaucerSwap. And that's because there's equal buys and sells. Sometimes there's a little bit more sells, sometimes there's a little bit more buys, but
Hmm.
overall we have a high volume, and that high volume helps to feed the liquidity pool, which is giving 40% to its people that are staking Sauce Inu. So these are huge numbers.
Hmm.
You can imagine you put something, you stake something, you get 40% per day in value, right? That's pretty crazy, right?
It's crazy. It is.
Yeah,
It really is. All right, cool. No, I'm glad you feel this way. Yeah, it comes with maturity, right? But again, it's always fun to know that I can take a step back of this. So many things I want to ask you. What's your 9 to 5 like? And don't dox yourself, of course. But what time zone are you in right now?
yeah. So I guess the closest time zone I'm in, I would say, is like Central Standard Time.
Central
Uh,
Standard. Okay.
yeah,
So that's cool, and that's very rounded up for to tackle every places and pieces on the globe. So that's good. That's really
yeah.
good.
And I'll say, like, I do work in IT, kind of, I guess you could
Yeah.
say.
Okay.
I'm not one of the on the ground devs, but I do like a managerial position.
Hmm.
Um, but I do some coding at work, but not that's not really my main role.
Okay.
So my 9 to 5, especially whenever something happens, can be kind of chaotic, which is kind of what happened to me the
Yeah.
last week. We had some issues, but uh, that's kind of it's kind of whatever work needs, I
Oh, you meet
suppose.
for the scheduling of the show? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Oh
Don't bother
yeah.
about that. Yeah, no, that was cool, man. Don't bother about that. No, that was cool.
No, I mean, like, my personal job, but
Yeah.
my other so, like, whenever I'm not working, like, I'll usually do some developments on Sauce Inu of some sort.
Yeah. Because and I imagine like the goal would be like to have this entire entity that you're working on to be your full-time stuff at one point.
Well, I think so. I mean, I don't know if Sauce Inu would ever be like a whole part of my life. I do like to work outside. This is kind of like I don't want to say hobby, but
Yeah.
this is a
You can
very
start.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, it's we're 2 months in, but I would certainly love to devote as much time as I can to this project, especially if it does become more recognizable on Hedera. But yeah, I do devote a lot of time to this outside of
Hmm.
my main job.
Hmm. Yeah, no. It shows, man. Yeah, because in 2 months, having done all of that, man, I mean, yeah, again, yeah. What would you say to, again, in the bear market phase situation vibe kind of thing? What would you say to anyone coming in um, right now? Whether you have skin in the game, whether you don't, where you're just starting, whether you want to start a project, if it's meme coin or not, what would you say to anyone who wanted to start something off right now?
Oh, so like such as like a token or like an NFT series?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would say this is the best time to start. It's the best time to start is whenever Hedera is kind of unheard of. It's the
Damn,
best time to start
so true.
whenever the
Yeah, no.
prices are down, right? Because so, like, whenever I'm an investor outside of Hedera, right? I do investments on my own
Yeah.
in crypto and non. And whenever I invest in something, I don't invest because of how great something is right now. I invest in the potential, the growth potential, right? And right now, the growth potential in Hedera is it's through the roof. The if anything that's early right now, I feel like can grow exponentially over the next few months and next few years. And so that's kind of my personal opinion on it. So if you're thinking about building something, I think now is the right time to do it. When everything's low, whenever HEDERA is still unheard of,
Yeah.
because whenever HEDERA becomes that big popular token, crypto, you're going to grow exponentially. So that's kind of how I think. So if you're kind of dissuaded by the bear market, I think that this is exactly the time where you shouldn't feel bearish, but feel bullish. The technology is there. It's just a matter of time.
I agree 100%, man. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree more to that, because now's the time to fail fast and fail forward, right? If you want to be making mistakes, trying stuff up, having many successes, carry on and just, carry the boats and, just going, because right now attention is not necessarily on us, but that can be a great thing, right? So you can build your thing, you can hone it, you can hone your skills, you can do exactly what you just did, man. But you just went in right the front door with a kick. But you can take your time and build up your house, and when attention is going to come back up, or liquidity, how you want to call it, then you're going to be ready. So 1,000%.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely, man.
Man, listen, I got nothing but respect for you, man, for what you did in the ecosystem. I think it brings up a breath of fresh air again. Having been here for 2 years now, I mean, it's fun. You're bringing an angle that hasn't been tackled yet, in my opinion. Of course, meme coin, yes, but that's not it, man. It has the hat to it, but the angle flavor in which you're hitting it is very much different, and people are absolutely be enticed by it. So yeah, man, shout out to you.
Thank you.
Anything else you wanted to cover or throw at us for the show?
No, I just think that retail on HEDERA is starved. I think that meme tokens, fun projects are needed on HEDERA, and people want this. And that's what's going to really, HEDERA as a network, they think about enterprise, they think about these big companies, and really, I think that bringing retail, small investors is going to bring the big businesses, and I think that HEDERA needs this kind of activity. So no, that's what we're here for. We're here to bring the retail investor. We're going to continue to target cross chains. We're going to continue to target markets that HEDERA hasn't reached, and try to bring those big businesses. Try to bring more revenue to HEDERA, and really bring the network up, especially SauceSwap, which is our favorite DEX. We really want people to be exposed to that, just to see how powerful HEDERA really is. So
it is smooth. It is smooth. Yeah, 1,000%. We need people like you for sure. It's definitely a field that hasn't been worked enough. It's been worked well, in my opinion, but not worked enough. And you guys came in the proper time, proper place, and timing, man. So hell yeah, cheers to that.
Absolutely.
Hey, LMAO, thank you so much for passing by the show, and I appreciate your time, brother.
Yeah, anytime. It was good to finally do this, right?
I'm telling you, it's the best of shows when it takes all those kind of quote unquote efforts to come around. It's always the best of shows, man. I appreciate your time, the quality of time that you've passed on the show today, and thank you all who've watched today. And Sauce Inu, man, community, you guys rock.
Thank you so much, bud.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Thank you. I'll see you around, man. Come by anytime.
Absolutely. You too.
Brother, thank you so much for your presence today on the show. I enjoyed my time. I discovered not only a friend, but a bro. You've taken the space by storm. You are doing the work. You've been hustling nonstop. You've surrounded yourself, especially with great collabs. Still yet to be announced. I cannot wait to hear them. And of course, you are listening to the community and are building what I call culture. Keep on slaying. You got this. Barbarians. I will see you on the next show.